get a word for my metaphorical sponsors. And the first, and I'm putting 2 shorts. The first short comes from Chris Williamson. That's the page. Female sexuality explained by a former psychotherapist. So we're going to. I'm gonna get another word because there's 2 short ones. So I'm gonna get another word from a female. She's a sex coach. It's the first one.
Husbands who complain about having zeros have no idea how the female's drive actually works, and the complaining makes it much worse.
My favorite thing is when couples come in and they haven't had in a year, and I ask why, and she looks at him and says, because he hasn't asked. And he says, well, I kind of hinted, and you just never seemed interested. And she says, well, when was the last time you spent time with me? Well, why would I spend time with you if you're not having sex with me? And that right there is exactly
communication.
Women, after 1 year, their drive switches from bonding with you mode to long-term stability and mate retention. If you have given her the adequate emotional bonding, her sex drive will go way up because her brain says, keep this man around and have as many of his babies as I can. I've worked with couples in their 60s. They come in having very little and they leave after a few sessions having 3 or 4 or 5 times a week because they improve their actual emotional intimacy, which leads to better non-sexual physical intimacy, which then leads overwhelmingly to physical intimacy.
Facts, because all of it starts mentally.
And I also say that that will definitely cater to the woman. More in fact, we just saying cater to her needs, her emotional side, so she'll be getting turned on. But this is a woman. She's Coach Michelle Cumberbatch, and I mean she's a sex coach, and she's talking about the many sex.
Ladies, understand, we feel secure in love when we have security of our spouse providing or taking care of, protecting us. When he says he loves you, you are feeling love. When he helps you in the kitchen, you feel love. Love is expressed in so many ways for you, but for a man, it's very limited. He doesn't want sex. He needs sex. He wants sex. He needs sex.
Sure.
That's just how God designed him.
Facts, I
And
know
just
why,
in
too.
flash. Sex is very, very important to the relationship. It brings you together like nothing else. Ladies, understand.
Yeah, that's the
That's
spiritual
facts.
aspect of it.
That's
That's
a
why
fact.
that's why you should do it with somebody that
And-
you're truly in love with. But
Okay, now, how important is sex in a relationship? And I'm touching on, this is sex by the way, and I'm touching it. Sex is very important. They said, when he said, men don't want sex, we need sex, it's definitely true. And my brother John brought up a good point. And then I'm going to touch it first and let you go on. My brother John brought up a good point about that. He said, like, it's like, first of all, and I learned this in health class, if a guy don't bust regular nuts, you get testicular cancer,
it clots up your
it clots
prostate.
in your prostate.
That prostate
It's
problem.
tons of health problems. So that's
That
one of the
prostate
reasons that
problem.
your body's urgent. 2, if you don't do it, you will literally get sexually frustrated. Your balls start hurting. It becomes too full. You will have wet dreams. And also, I believe that you meant to, men need it because meant to populate the earth. We have to have that drive and that urge
That's
to plant the seed. Know what I mean? Like to
that's the
populate
reason
the
why
earth.
you're getting that urge.
So, but and that biological urge may have changed back in days because we may be overpopulated now, but that shit's never changed.
No,
Like,
it's never
it
changed
never went
inside
nowhere
the
from
man,
millions
no.
of years ago. I mean,
It
like,
never went nowhere. So you'll notice that urge always come around the same time a woman's going through her period
how
cycle.
important is the sex in a relationship? I'm gonna let you go. To simplify it, in a relationship is important for men is super duper important. Not like we have other things we need to, but like a man getting no ass. And what who's an agitator the first day? Man, he said, what the fuck you think? 99% of the men. Everybody that's in a toxic relationship, everybody's in a long distance relationship, everybody's in a healthy relationship, everything. When that man came up to you, he wanted ass. That's a fact. First, no man will go to that. I want to make her my wife. That's a small percentage, bro. You think I'll beat, and then somehow you know, oh, this bitch got a lot of common with me. Y'all start vibing and then become a girlfriend and boyfriend. But you also want to beat. That's the first thing you want to do.
Because without you knowing, if you're not in complete control of yourself, right? The basic your basic natural instinct kicks in and you go right back to Taylor mode, and that's going to be animal instincts. Oh, I need to populate with her. Why? Because I need to populate the planet.
It never went nowhere. That ancient biological
shit
is still here.
Right, that's why money.
That's where the urge comes from.
And a lot of the urges come around the time a woman is going through her menstrual cycle.
You don't feel, you smell it. Some shit like that. I heard you pick up all pheromones and some crazy shit.
And you start you start feeling horny. You're feeling horny around that time. Why? Because Because the one that you're with is going through a cycle, and that horniness is kicking in because you're feeling that you need to populate. I need to populate. That's why it's kicking in. You know what I'm saying? But
how important is sex to relationship?
it's very important. It's very important because how deep you want to take the relationship.
Some people would say, because I heard this from some people would say, okay, why sex gotta be that important? Like, why I gotta make or break a relationship? Like,
because I'm tell you, I can tell you why. Because if you're able to think on a higher level, it becomes a spiritual thing, right? So on a higher level, it's a spiritual thing. On a higher level, we all come from the one, the all. It's a natural urge inside of us to group up. Whether you're going to call it Crip or Blood, or you're going to call it this clique or that clique, or the cool kids, or this, whatever the fuck you want to call it, we're going to click up.
Humans group
up. And then that other natural, and that's just the feeling of being one. And that feeling of being one is intensified on a higher level when you're having sex with somebody of the opposite sex, because that connection is euphoric and it's spiritual because it's the one, it's the whole, it's male and the male and female aspect connecting and creating a one, and it's a better aspect and a feeling when it's endured. And I don't mean to sound corny, but I'm gonna be real, when it's with somebody that you love and truly care about. Because the energy that you receive from her and the energy she's receiving from you is going to be different. Not only that, what people don't also take in consideration is if you're having sex with somebody who has negative energy, their energy is on point to you. When she comes and she releases, or when he comes and he releases, he's releasing all that negative energy onto you, and she's releasing all that negative energy to you. So now y'all both is harboring in negative karma. It's so much greater than we understand, but you know what I mean, on the regular basic aspect, shit, alright, cool, she look good, I'm gonna fuck. But
so why is sex so important, and who's it more important to, man or woman?
I think it, or for
because
listeners,
modern women at least will argue to say woman likes sex as much as men, which I won't disagree with. I would disagree for women.
I'll disagree. I disagree with that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take that back, because for years I agree with you. So woman like, nah, I'm not gonna lie. Women are like no sex as much as men. Y'all just can't. Y'all can't keep up. But like I said,
it's not made for them to do like that. 9 months, one baby, nigga.
True. That's why. Look, check out soccer.
They're not made for that.
Girls can be players. Well, why is so sex important before you go on? And who's it more important, the man or the woman? Just talk about that, and you can touch on what you need to touch on.
I think it's important for both. But I think men want sex more than a woman. But I think it's important for both. Because a woman needs to feel that connection from the man to feel that she's being loved. And a man needs to bust his nut. Right? A man don't attribute the love with the sex. But if we love the girl, the sex is even more beautiful.
You don't know what he's saying. That's why, if it's truth, it shall always bear witness. Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, a lot of people say the same thing.
Yeah,
women show love by loyalty and fertility. Men show love, and women show love for men by sex. I mean, not sex. Men show love by sex for women, and a woman show love by loyalty. Like, that's how, like, when we show you, we kiss up on you, we make love to you, and like, we show you other ways, both ways, obviously, but the loyalty is the reason that I don't like that chick. It's just not the pussy. It's never the pussy. It's just like, damn, I don't like the other things.
Because
like,
we are true.
If you're smart nigga,
the natural,
some guys is pussy.
Yeah, because for some guys, because they live in a low frequency vibration.
I'm talking about regular people.
Most of the people motherfuckers live in a low. That's why they're in fucked up relationship.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with like the 10%, right? You gonna say like, you understand that I'm with her because she's loyal. She could take care of my kids and she could hold my family down. It ain't about sex. Men don't attribute sex with love. Women attribute sex with love. You know what I'm saying? So, but I believe that sex is important for both, because we need sex, and a woman needs to feel that she's being loved by the man, and that connection between the man and the woman when they're having sex, that gives her that feeling, and that feeling that she's mine also is the feeling that man gets. Okay, this is mine. So
that's what loyalty is, but that's what we can truly love.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for like, most men when a girl cheats to get over it, because like that's not mine no more. Like
you know what I'm saying? So I think the man needs is more, but it's very important. It's a very important in a relationship. It's a symbiotic connection between us and the all.
Why is sex so important, and who's it more important to man or woman? I'm saying if the back is more important to the back, it's an important relationship for both of us, more important to the back. And why is sex so important? He just said, besides the fact that all the things we just said, biologically men need to bust a nut, and men women need to feel loved, they need to have that connection, that transfer of energy, which is all true. Sex is just important because it's like, it's also the way, it's one of the main ways after everything boils down how you're expressing love to each other. Like, and if you look at it, a sexless marriage or a sexless relationship is usually a loveless marriage or loveless relationship. Name one relationship where the man and the woman is super happy
and they love each other and they're not having sex. That's impossible.
And they're not having sex ever, like once in a while, once a year, only on the. You ever heard that shit? Like, oh, it's our anniversary, I'm getting laid tonight. What the fuck?
I don't understand.
That's once a year, bro. Like, that's insane.
I don't understand.
And that man is always a nigga that's in a strip club, and like that goes into my point. Why you think?
Because he don't love his woman.
And that's not only because they love him, because he's not getting no pussy.
That too.
And I said, and sometimes the woman gotta realize that, yo, because when a nigga stop putting in the twerk on anything a man is supposed to do, it's known. It's known. And if the man don't do it for good reason, it is what it is. If the man not try to do nothing, if the man sitting down smoking weed all day playing the video games, if the man is not this, if the man is not that, if the man is not this, if the man is not that, if the man is all cool. But like, the main reason, like we just agreed on, when a nigga is about to fucking bag a chick is pussy. So you take that out the equation, okay? Now what?
But think about this, right? If a woman, like if the lady that she said,
and if you love him, why are you taking that out the equation?
Facts. But
if you attract him still, whatever.
That's the I was just about to get to that because like she said, we need it. They want it. Question be now, if you ain't getting it, why she don't want it from you? If she wants it and you need it, why she doesn't want it from you? You understand what I'm saying?
There could be a lot of factors.
Could be a lot of factors for that. Could be a lot of factors for that because you gotta always, since she don't need it as much as we need it, so when she wants it, why she don't want it from you? What are you doing that's making her not want it? Because you got to factor that in right there, that one part of the equation, because she wants it. But why not from you at the time when you need it? Why? Because she don't want it all the time. But when you need it, she should want it because you ain't getting it. You understand what my science? So I'm like, okay, so why she ain't giving it up? Because I can guarantee, right? Go argue with your girl today. You can need it tomorrow. And if she wants it, you're going to get it, right? So then, now if that cycle breaks, you start to send the man start to punish them. Why she don't want it? What am I doing wrong? Or maybe what is she? Maybe something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just thinking.
Nah, that's definitely one factor that could play a part. It could play off in so much ways, man. If a nigga ain't getting all
the attention and
a girl really should worry if she try to get the dick from it. That's how to bring up that part of it, because a girl really the red alarm should be ringing. If you try to push up on this nigga and he try to beat, I'm not trying to.
No, I'll be honest with you.
That is the biggest.
No. Let me tell you something.
I just haven't touched on that subject.
Let me tell you something, cousin.
That hardly happens. Like
now, if that is happening to you as a female, right? It's either two things. That nigga's a big fat slob with an interest in sex or he's a homosexual. Because ain't no man, even if he's had side pussy on the other side.
5 side pussies.
Ain't nowhere, if he had 5 side pussies on the other side, the one in the house is giving it to him, he's turning that shit down. So, trust me, if he's turning it down, I will, that nigga might be a little on the, that nigga might be, no disrespect, that nigga might be playing for the other team.
It ain't no disrespect.
I ain't gonna lie, cause ain't nobody turn no nigga, we just saying we need it, so what nigga turn it down? That nigga playing for the other team.
That's why I didn't touch on that subject.
That nigga playing for the other team, guaranteed.
That's an anomaly. But like, if a woman is not giving it up, it could be from what he just said. It could be maybe she just tired, work, kids. It could be
a lot of
stress.
things. Yeah, so you know what I mean? So maybe you need to step up, alleviate some of her stress for her.
Oh, she needs to step up, alleviate some stress for herself, because at the end of the day, it's you versus you, and nobody can make you happy but you.
I mean, well, that'll be communicating it, though.
I said, but yeah, of course.
That'll be maybe communicating it. I need help with the kids.
The thing about it is you do the most you can.
That.
You do the most you can. You don't add on to her stress. You don't add on to this. You help her with the kids. What you call it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you're doing all you can and still...
Well, then listen. If you as a man is doing what you can to alleviate some of her pressing, stress, and problems, then everything else then becomes to fall on her. But if you're not doing it, if she coming home from work and you come home from work and you sitting down in the crib like, yo, when you gonna get dinner on? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
You ever saw what movie I got him at? You ever saw this shit like Perfect Family? He still wasn't getting no ass at all. I Think I Love My Wife with Chris Rock. I mean, that movie is a great movie. Show you like, it was great for father. I mean, great. That's why he was tempted to do the movie, but he still ended up doing it. But he was a great pops. Did everything, came home to get a shit, to get it. His wife just won't give him no, for whatever reason. And he just didn't know. And he tried to run her, he tried to take her out. It just won't work for like situation. And then, no offense, I'm glad he didn't do, but then you will get mad at him for doing it. Now, how long is? And I'm saying he should have. The way he did the right thing. But then they play percentage game. How
long you gotta go?
I'm saying on the big scale. How long is it? How much men is gonna
that long
throwing it at you, and you can't get it at home at all?
Can I ask you a question?
I'm sorry, at all.
But what was the reason? Though it had to be a reason in the movie why he was. What was her purpose? I remember what
she said. I just felt like we wasn't connected. You know, I just felt it was connected anymore, and the kids just felt like we just grew apart. Whatever the case may be, and they did that little singing number at the end, but. I mean, I didn't see her whole life, but I didn't see that from this nigga. He tried to take her out.
I gotta watch the movie again.
Yeah, I watched it. It was a great fucking movie.
I love that movie. That's when the white guy said you can lose a lot of money chasing women, you never lose money chasing. Yeah,
great.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I mean, like, how he tried. He tried. Like, I was watching.
That's how I
remember. Me and John also about the nigga just trying his thing. She just wanted. I mean, like, even when we took her out, and we took her out. He took her to dinner, took her to the movie, whatever the case may be. The kids was asleep. Then he took her Viagra. Whatever the case may be, she fell asleep. Yeah, no problem, it happens, whatever. She fell asleep. He woke up. He called his boy. My nigga, played Nucky Thompson. Then he called Steve Buscemi, yeah. Yeah, and he called that nigga, like, yo, son, you gotta beat off. So he beat off, still won't go down. Long story short, she comes up and she makes a fit. That nigga had a heart on. And he tries like, why you still there? Church won't for fuck her. And he's like, can you just... She's trying to move past. She's like, oh my God, don't touch me with that thing. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, see, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's my semi-years living on this planet. I ain't lived long. I ain't know no business waking up to no nigga with no heart on nigga and ain't trying to get rid of it. So I don't know. She must have been dealing with a whole lot of issues.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, I do. Some women actually.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I said she had to be doing a whole lot of issues.
Exactly. A hard that first of all, and he told her, like, yo, I took the ticket because I wanted to make it come over. A lot of girls be like, damn, and that's you know Viagra dick. So he's packing a little more. He should have that.
You should have just been like a nigga like wrong, like, I got that Viagra dick ready for you right now. Communicate it.
No, he told her. I took Viagra.
After.
No, after, but he didn't even get to tell her. She fell asleep as soon as she came upstairs on some corny shit. But then, the whole point about it, she didn't want to touch. Oh my God! Like she's.
Yeah, I remember
why
that
are you
part.
scared of his? First of all, you had 2 babies.
That's what I said. That's what I'm
why
saying.
Why you scared of this nigga dick?
That's what I'm saying. That's just very extreme. Like who acts like that?
I mean, some relationships.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. She was going through a most probably,
like,
but
I don't know how. But
that shit is extreme.
But then, like I said, you got this bitch throwing her fucking box at him every chance you get, and then if he was to do it, you've been tight. But you not give this nigga that. He's like, so think about it. Not on the other side. Then if Chris Rock came and say, "Yo, I'm fired, honey." Sat on the couch, I see that. Shh. What are you doing about it? I don't know. Month passed. You get a job? I don't know. Can you help me with the kid? Nope. How long is that? First of all, you have like 2 weeks before a girl can get the fuck out. Before, if you're not doing anything to help her out. Are you nuts? So it's like, why is our fucking shit so on a lower totem pole, but their shit is not? But so to answer the lower question.
Can I ask you one question too? Yeah. I remember the movie again. Did he ever, through that movie, express what the fuck was going on to her?
What are you talking about?
Communicate. Like, yo, listen, man. I done came home 2 days. I done took you out, wined and dined you.
He told her, I mean, like...
Did he ever be... No, I
remember...
I don't remember he ever expressing and communicating to the issues that was going on.
I remember the time when he spazzed out, she was trying to get the house, he said he's going to eat chicken, Oh, I remember we went to the auto car show. But he never. I never but I never expressed it for him until the end.
He didn't until the end. I remember the end.
But at the end of the day, still, you gotta know. He went to the auto car show. It was hilarious though. He went to the car show. He looked at that. He went to the car show with the fucking bitch. Yeah. They was in a Lambo, the Aston Martin. He wanted to go to the car show yo.
Well, honey, she want to go in the
she's watching the minivan. What? She's just a lame.
That's when you got a question. Maybe that I won't marry the wrong fucking person.
No joke. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe I'm fucking the wrong person.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
You don't know who I am.
You're corny.
And I remember saying, "Oh no, that's too fast. That's too dangerous." He was in the public enemy or somebody.
Oh my God, what is this?
Yeah. From back in the day, because you was trying to be. Yeah, I remember that.
It's yo, man, you got nigga ears. Don't say that about my cat. Jesus Christ. She's just a real dude. I just put on the excuse as a
I wouldn't even have been with a chick like that.
She was one of the worst movie girlfriends I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, she's a bird. I don't like a character. I don't like a character more. Carrie.
She always plays some cool bitch.
Carrie, what's her name?
Not Carrie Washington. She played the side chick.
Carrie Washington played side chick.
The other chick, with the big lips. She always plays some stiff ass bitch. But why in some long-term relationships sex always seem to decrease, and how do you prevent that?
Because, listen, man, you don't appear fucking sneakers and wear for 4 years. The soul's going to fucking wear out, right? So there you go. So with time, everything, bro, that's why I said before. Huh? That's why I said before.
Hold up. Does it really? I agree, because everything does get regular. But does it really get regular for the guy? Because say if you be and it won't happen all the time. But say if you be just chilling, and your girl just happen to come from maybe with her homegirls, and she take her whole shit off, and she has some nice lingerie on. A nigga could be 15, 16.
No.
That's what daddy with mommy.
Fact.
It's like 20 years in, he's still smacking the ball, she's cooking, and still trying to be on that.
Fact. But let me explain this though. I agree 100%. I don't take away. Yeah. I think you should never take away. That's why I say when I was saying in the beginning, it wasn't really for.
Daddy always act like daddy with mommy.
That's why I said you must always keep a woman feminine. Squeeze her, tell her you love her, and slap her ass.
Daddy should teach him to do it. Daddy just still attracted her.
Not only that. Not only that, he was also being a man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if these niggas is men, but that's another conversation for another show.
I was trying to say, is it men or do women?
No, since a man needs it. A man
always gonna fucking want to fuck.
Right. Nigga hit it. Nigga, pay attention. If I need it and you want it, then I need you to want it just as much as I need it. So for me to do that, based off of what she said, if you make a woman feel feminine and sensitive and connect with her emotionally through words and shit, she's going to apt to want to give it to you just about as much times as you want it. So that's the key right there. So the key is, and then the other thing is, time goes on, you gotta start being keep being exciting. You know what I'm saying? Don't get complacent, like you just said. I'm having sex on my anniversary. Whoa, I can't wait till next weekend.
I think that goes for both parties, though.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. In generally speaking,
both got can't get complacent. Both got to keep it exciting.
No. I think how my opinion, a woman should keep it excited by doing what you just said, wearing sexy lingerie, or you know what I mean, being nice and well made up. So you understand the men are visual creatures.
And
so we want to see that.
And also realize, I'm my fault. You say that. Also realize this, it's not that hard. Like I always tell everybody, I tell everybody this. You do that's a plus for a man. You know how to keep a man, just push up. And ain't shit from a fashion, just push up on a nigga sexually and that'll have him.
Yeah. I
don't know no guy in my life that I've ever met in my life. You could be with him for 20 years, you can meet her for the first date. If she inquires anything, I'm not talking about like physically twerking on you or some crazy shit. I'm talking about grab you, tell you something like we just said, like tell you something like it could be something simple as like I could be out there, okay, I want to leave right now. A nigga that alone have a nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just initiate anything sexual with a guy, and that will basically keep it spicy. Like
anything. You know what I'm saying? Just be feminine. Women just gotta be feminine and sexual. For a man though, being like I said though, being the fact that you need it, you should be initiating her to be in the sexual feminine mode all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
so you gotta keep yourself
good.
Yeah,
she come home, cool. Like, hey, how you doing, baby? Damn, you looking good. You smelling good. Oh man, I like those shoes. Got your nails done? Oh, I like them nails. Slap her, squeeze her butt, make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm like, fucking titties. You know, make her feel good. Girls like to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Why not hear from their man? You know what I'm saying? So, you always hear to say it, right? A nigga be like, you know what I mean? Oh, she's with you, and then shit. That nigga's ragging and dogging her. Why you feel like she's ragging and dogging? Because the other dude is now, he's being masculine and making her feel feminine. So why don't you just be masculine? See, that's the problem. Men don't know how to be masculine no more. Men think being masculine is, look how much money I got, jump in the car.
Men think that's for everything now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, money became men's masculinity instead of saying, yo, come here, sit down, sit on my lap.
So how do you prevent, in the short way, how would you prevent it? I say you prevent it for the men. Do you prevent this lack of sex in a relationship? Just keep yourself up, keep yourself up, keep it
be what she was when you met her.
Be what you was when you met her, or better.
Exactly. Keep growing. Women love that, and be confident.
Yeah, be confident. I mean, like, tell her that she look good, like, push her on sexually, and I mean that's like, be playful, do like, that's how I would think. It's other factors, but that's how I would think to keep it back for the woman. Like I said, y'all doing the whole thing else, like putting on sexy outfits and all that shit. That's great. I mean, that's even a plus, but just push with a guy. Push up. Not every day. Just push up. Like, when I feel that urge, just push the fuck up, and I guarantee, what y'all gotta do is to go an inch and the man will go to a mile. Like, y'all don't have to push him that much. Like, you wanna be honest with a guy. Like, push him a smidge and he's gonna just take it for the rest of the day. So, and it's easy. I'm just talking about 25 years in. I mean, like you just heard the woman said, you know, they had 60-year-olds when they came left from their class and they started communicating, talking it out. They fucking 4 or 5 times a week. Ain't about no age, it's just about having that urge on both sides.
Yeah, that urge. And you know what I mean? And not for nothing, man, if you like practicing having sex a lot, when you get older, your libido and your dick and all kinds of shit ain't gonna be high. So you gotta understand, the more nuts you bust through them years, you just weakening your tools. So you wanna conserve as much sperm as you can, not for nothing. And so you only want to ejaculate in a girl that's really worth it. You know what I'm saying? And you want them to eat right and be right so you can be able to be sexually active with a woman for a long time and get a...
Sex is deeper than people think it is.
Yeah, it's very deep. Yeah, it's very deep. Motherfuckers don't realize that till they turn 60 and they gotta take Viagra because they dick ain't getting hard. Why that 60-year-old don't and you do, nigga?
Remember, anything in excess is bad. So
yes, sir.
Anything you use too much. Like, imagine if you drive too much, your car too much, you get putting too much mileage on it.
Yes, sir.
Down. So that's the same thing out of your dick. Why you think a bitch pussy gets stretched if you get
stressed out? Right.
And the elasticity that naturally has that goes back even after you have a baby. You'll get stretched out if it don't get a chance to. You know what I mean? It doesn't get a chance to. So anything in excess.
Yeah. So you want to preserve your body. You gotta preserve your inner strength and the energy we let off. And you gotta remember too. You know what I'm saying? That if you want to know that the person that you have sex with, she's letting off her energy onto you. So this be weirdly a lot of things that we do. But sex is a very important thing in a relationship for it to grow and for it to become what it needs to be.
Yeah, man. That's fucking sex. And like I said, like, share, subscribe to the channel, High Frequency Convo. Like, share, subscribe to ETWTV.
Everything Wolf. Like, share, subscribe to West Hunt, WXLG, SoundCloud.
Yes, all
so let's go, baby.
Follow me on IG, Wolf Hunt, XLF, HUNT 718. Wolf Hunt 718 on IG. But yeah, I mean, like, let's get to this road shit together. That's sex. We're going to our next topic. Got last topic on sex.
Not that. I don't think that you shouldn't take sex for granted. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be cliche and old.
Nah,
I'm a real nigga.
Much, but yeah.
But I don't think that it's so, that shit is so vital and important that it creates life. And not only, you know what I mean, you're creating life and you're passing energy on, letting energy off into you. We got to be very careful of the things. Sex and along with music, like, these things are very powerful tools of God.
Spiritual shit.
Spiritual shit. And we should not for nothing take these things for granted. And I think a lot of the problems that we're having in this world right now is because we take these things for granted. And I think that's the reason why the people that promote these things like it's nothing. Over-sexualize our children, over-sexualize music, over-sexualize TV shows, because they want us to take sex for granted when Meaning sex with two people, regardless if the relationship of the two people work or not. But with two intelligent minds, two cohesive spirits is a beautiful bond, especially when it creates a child. It's going to create magnificence. It's going to create excellence. It's going to bring something. It's going to bring a being into this world that's going to make a difference.
And they creating life with, man, you can't play.
Yeah,
life, so you know
and understand that. Yeah, understand that you're playing with life. You're God. You're creating life. Don't take that for granted. But yeah, that's it.
Same thing, man. Sex. It's more important than you think. But that was sex, and we're going to our next subject, which is space.